Hey, good morning, everybody. So for today's assignment, all the assignment is I'm going to send you your last file you were working on, which was the practice spline tool, and that's when we were working on our logos and also the bag tags. So one of the things I'm going to have access to is a 3D printer, and so if we can get to the point where your bag tags are about complete, and you can let me know when that is, I can start printing those out. And hopefully, if we ever resume school, we can get those out to you. So, what I'm going to do is send you a file. You're going to see it in your email, and all I want you to do is download it and try to open it, and obviously save it. So, when you go to Chrome and you check your school email, um, when this is posted, you should already have the email. What you're going to find is no ordinary t-shirts. All right, awesome. Um, so what you're going to do is basically you'll see the file. It's going to be a generic icon. You're going to click the spline tool, and it's going to come up like a Google Doc, and it's going to say no preview available because it's a draft site file. So all you're going to do is click download, and you're going to see that drop down to the lower left corner, and then you'll probably see one of your download icons jump. And what you can do, probably the easiest thing to do, you're going to see a few different windows pop up, and that's fine. You're going to click this up arrow, and you're going to click open, and just let the computer do its thing. And the activation window usually pops up, so as always, you click activate later. And then once that does its thing, you should be able to X out of Chrome. Well, I'll get to that point in just a minute here. So again, as always, draft site will open. It will bring out its properties window. It's going to bring out its G-code generator, and I'm just going to X out of that. And this is still open. I don't really need this open anymore. But over here at that window, the drawing window, you should be able to just make that bigger. Pop that right up. Okay. So when you open this up, you're going to notice that you're going to see a few things that you started drawing. All right, and I know there was a time when we showed you how to insert a reference image to help you draw. And because that reference image opened up at school, it's because it was in the public drive and it was saved in the public drive folder. So you might notice that if you were drawing something and the image didn't come in, well, there's a way to do that, and I'll get to that point next week. Basically, what you can do is download an image to your desktop, and you can actually drag it right in here. Okay, so again, for today's assignment, the only thing you're going to do is download this file, open it, and then you're going to save it. You can mess around and keep drawing, but if you don't have a reference image, I'm going to show that on Tuesday. But what I do want you to do is make sure you can save it. So you're going to go to File, and you're going to go to Save As. And I think probably the easiest thing right now to do is save this right onto your desktop. That way you can access it, and if you ever need to send me a file, it's an easy place to get it. So all I'm going to do is, again, I'm going to go to File, Save As. You can keep the same name. Make sure the file location is desktop, and you're going to click Save. Okay? And that's pretty much it. And at that point, if you want to continue drawing, if you have stuff you can work on, great. If you need a way to get your reference image back, well, one of the things you're going to have to do, and let me minimize this and move this out of the way. One of the things you'd have to do is go back to Google Chrome, and you would have to search for a specific image, the image that you were using in here. So if I drag this out, okay, this is kind of a nice thing about the Mac interface is that you can really interact with different browsers and stuff while this is open. So I'm going to just move this down here. So let's say I lost my reference image that I was working on. It's going to be tough to get it the same size, but if you do go to Chrome and actually download that image that you use to start working on your logos, make sure you go to Chrome and download that onto your desktop, same as always. So like right here, for example, this was an image I wanted to work on for my bag tag. Now, it's tough to see because it's on my desktop, but here's what I'm going to do. It's an easier process than it was working on the school laptops where you had to insert a reference image and you had to find it and click and drag. This one's a little bit easier. I can actually take this from the desktop, I can drag it onto my workspace, and it looks like it disappears, but it doesn't. It's waiting for me to figure out how big I want that reference image to be. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to set my location here. I'm going to click one time, and I'm going to drag a box, just like we did before. And then what it wants to know is the rotation of it. I'm going to click again, and there's my reference image. Okay, and then what I can do is go to File Save, because it's already on my desktop. That's if you need to bring back a reference image. So you would go to Chrome, you would find your image, you'd right mouse click, Save As, make sure you put it onto your desktop, and you can click and drag that right into your workspace. Okay, so that's it for today. And I hope everyone's able to open that. And good luck. Please email me if you have any issues or problems. You can also do a help desk if you've had any issues downloading DraftSight to your desktop. Anyway, have an awesome weekend. Happy Easter, happy Passover. Just enjoy and stay healthy.